vampires are attacking right now. What is the closest weapon that you have?
A sword.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. All right. Well, that's a good weapon to have.
That's from
Yeah, it's
that's his brother. Is that your
military
brother? Is
sword.
that
Yeah.
Chris? Yeah, his brother's sword from the military.
Hey everyone, it's David Stark from Watcher Pass, and I'm talking to Britt Bankhead and Grace Patterson about Insane Like Me, which is coming to digital on June 14, 2024. I'm going to talk to them right now, and while you're watching, if you can like and subscribe to this channel, that would be fantastic. I'll spend a lot. Thank you. So thanks so much for joining me. Today I've got Britt Bankhead and Grace Patterson talking about Insane Like Me, which debuted on digital on June 4th, 2024. It is a mashup thriller involving vampires and mental health and a lot of action in between. It is co-written by Britt. It stars Britt, and it also stars Grace, who's a producer. That's kind of a full indie act. So I'm excited to talk to you, and thanks so much for joining me.
Of course. Thank you so much for having
Thanks
us.
for having us,
Of
yeah.
course. Okay, so first question. This is for both of you. How is your mental health? Are you both doing
Oh,
okay?
oh, I love that. Right now our mental health's good. It was like I was struggling for a bit because we've been traveling a lot this year, but I feel like anytime just to like unwind, go for a walk, read a book, like recenter
Yeah.
is key.
Yeah.
How about you?
I feel about the same.
Yeah.
We're both pretty active people, so we're in the gym usually.
Yeah,
most of the
gym
day,
is his
so,
therapy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I go to real therapy.
They are both very important aspects of a man's mental health. So I completely, I like that. I like that the gym is your therapy. It shows too. It definitely shows. So, Britt, you co-wrote this with the director. Where did this idea come from? What demons are you trying to like actually fight?
I don't know about demons I'm actually trying to fight. I did write this character around myself, and I spent 7 years in the Army infantry. I spent a year in Iraq, so I get the whole coming home thing. I lost my brother in 2007. That's kind of where I wrote the missing girlfriend, so I can relate to that as well. The rest of it's just I'm a car junkie. I grew up on 80s action movies and horror movies, so that was important to me. I wanted a lot of action in this as much as we could push in there with it making sense. And then,
No, that's awesome. No, that I do love also that you have that experience because the dramatic elements in this movie really do kind of show through. I felt like there was a lot of like unpacking in there. You know, it's framed around like you said, the missing girlfriend, but there are some really heavy dramatic moments in here. I do love that you had that military experience to really kind of like ground it in. I also love that you were both like so committed to this movie that you got married just so you would have like a realistic relationship. Like that
Yeah.
is
Just to
amazing.
promote the movie, yeah.
It must be a really great tax break for there too, right? Like you're like, oh no, our wedding is part of the production, so we're gonna write it all off.
I
But
know, it's like a plot twist.
yeah, so Grace, how did you get involved? I'm not sure if you were always kind of set to play the girlfriend, or if this was just something that came up when you're like making the movie, like I can do this.
No, yeah. So we actually met on the movie, and the girl that was supposed to play Samantha had like a family emergency and fell out like 3 days before. And so I was supposed to audition, but I was filming something else. I ghosted the audition. He resends it like 3 days before, and I'm like, okay, like I'll put myself on tape. And then I got the part. And so then, but I'm from Texas, and we shot at England Rose, and it was right around my dad's birthday. So I was like, oh, that's perfect. Like I'll be home for my dad's birthday. So that's how I got involved, basically.
I mean, you were basic, like you were continuing the audition, right? You ghosted him, which is perfectly in line with your character. So it's like it's just like you're method acting right there.
Method acting. I'm like, gotta chase a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I love that. I love that. I love that you both, met on set and then kind of like continued the relationship after. Because I was curious, like how you all got involved. If this was like a thing that Britt had been playing for a while, or if this was just something that that you had both been thinking about. But that's awesome. That
Yeah.
from this movie about pain and loss, you some new things sprouted.
Yeah. And then I got involved and helped with like post-production and distribution and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool because I mean, in some factors of this movie is a love story, so you're kind of seeing those elements fall into place in real life as
Real
well.
time.
Real time, yeah.
So awesome. So I know how you both got involved. How did you get the rest of the cast involved? I really liked having Eric Roberts in there, and Samantha Reddy did a really great job too. Were they people you'd worked with before, or did you just kind of like reach out and see what happened?
I had never worked with them. I did the casting side. I had about 1,400 submissions, and then I basically broke those down and just made my way through. Samantha just did. I mean, she just stuck out like out of all the submissions I had for that character, she stuck out and like she really is just like as genuine as her character as well in real life. So she did a great job. I love
Yeah.
all the scenes I did with her.
Yeah, she's great. She's amazing.
Yeah.
And then I had worked with Eric before, but I wasn't involved in the casting process.
Yeah, and I reached out to Eric, and I grew up with Best of the Best, and I really wanted to see him in an action role again. I think The Expendables was the last thing I saw him in an action role. And so I reached out. He wanted to come do it. And
Yeah, he's so great. Like, I just feel like every time I learned something from him, I had done just what the doctor ordered. It's like a Lifetime film, but he's like, you have to, always treat the crew like they're there before you, they leave after you, so like make sure he's every day, he's like, you go, man, you go, like fist pounding everybody. Like, he's so encouraging. And
yeah, and he's got that decades of experience in this industry, and he really, I mean, he's helped me through a few of the scenes where he was like, hey man, that was really good. Why don't you try this?
Yeah.
Okay. And then that's the take we use. So
no, that's awesome. And I'm curious, you both got into a relationship after this. Do you now like invite Samantha over to like Thanksgiving as part of your like extended family? Like, are you just continuing this this process going forward?
We just had her over on Friday, actually.
Yeah, we had like the whole cast for a screening.
Yeah.
And then we had her and Meg, and
they spent the night with us. But
a party over here. So
and everyone is accounted for, right? Like everyone is alive.
Everyone's alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
River Cave, he's alive.
That's awesome. So how much time did you actually get to film this movie? Because I know indie films never have enough time. They never have enough budget. So how much time do you actually get to like actually make this?
11 days.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's nothing.
It's very quick.
There was supposed to be one day off. Didn't make that.
You get the day off. Yeah.
I had to come to work that day.
Just did a half day that day though. So
yeah, I mean, for the most part, they kept making jokes calling me one take Jake, because I mean, for the most part, I got one take throughout the whole movie. So
you have to move quick though on stuff like that.
Constantly going. So
you're just not gonna finish the movie if you
Yeah.
don't move quick.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's that is a very, very tough schedule, especially for, one of your first movies, Jake. I noticed your biography, you don't have a ton of acting in there. So that is a very difficult schedule. That is a very kind of like big ask for you. So I'm glad you're able to do it.
Yeah.
So speaking of time, I know we have limited time. I'm gonna switch to a lightning round. They're just lightweight questions about the film. I want to see how your personal experiences map to things in the movie. Feel free to skip any of them. I won't be offended, but I try to keep them very answerable.
Okay.
First question: have either of you ever stayed in a haunted hotel?
Yes.
Or haunted house? Oh,
just did.
Yeah, in New
Drugs,
Orleans, he did. Wait, was that one I stayed in Haunted too?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, okay,
didn't
I
tell
have.
her.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
She just found out.
I mean, I think everywhere in New Orleans is haunted, but yeah, that is scary. Did you have anything with you? Did you bring anything to make sure?
No, I didn't know it was haunted. I didn't know that one was haunted.
No.
Okay, next question. You're up against vampires. What weapon do you choose? You can only choose one. Which weapon would you choose?
Pepper spray.
I don't think that was that effective in the movie.
Oh yeah, that wasn't effective in the
No,
movie.
it wasn't.
I'm uncomfortable around weapons.
I'll take a shotgun.
Yeah.
Shotgun.
Or Britt, I thought you would just choose like justice and peace or something like that. All right, so realistically, for both of you, how many vampires do you think you could actually take out? We'll start with you, Grace.
Oh gosh, like none. Probably probably none. I feel like I'm so like wimpy. I like carry a bag and I'm like, I sprained my wrist. So none.
I think it depends on the weaponry around me. So I think I could get at least one though. Yeah, maybe on a good day.
Yeah, I think you could probably get one. I guess it depends on if they get the drop on you, right? That's the bigger question.
Yeah.
Did either of you ever want to be in law enforcement? I know you're kind of like the opposite of law enforcement in this movie, but did either of you ever want to be a cop?
No, not really.
No, my aunt and uncle are cops, but no.
All right, that's good. That's good. I mean, and given how Britt wrote this, the law enforcement characters, that makes sense, I think.
Oh yeah, Paul.
So the movie is called Insane Like Me. Have either of you been to therapy?
Yes.
Yes.
I use BetterHelp. Yeah, so I'm like little promotion for it, but yeah.
I was gonna say I should have. I mean, Sarah, think I should have like a little like BetterHelp promotion code right
Have you
here.
ever used it before?
I haven't used BetterHelp though, but
Okay.
I've had therapy before.
Yeah. It's really life-changing.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I mean, if you have whatever, hopefully not couples therapy yet, but maybe you have. Maybe there's been some issues that pop up. It's
We
always good to
haven't
talk
been to
about.
couples therapy yet, but
Yeah,
we're definitely like always open to that. Like, you
Yeah.
know, probably, I mean, we haven't been married long enough to probably, maybe in a couple of years.
You never know. And you also both go to the gym, so that's also kind of your therapy, right? Like your gym therapy is your therapy
That's
too.
true. Yeah, so true.
So this movie, Britt's character had a garage basically with all sorts of cool things. Do either of you have a storage locker or something where you hide away your weapons or cool items?
You have a little garage gym.
I do
He
have-
has a garage gym that he uses that he's really
Yeah,
obsessed with.
It's a barn gym.
It's a barn gym.
Yeah, it's got everything. So
I hope it has air conditioning in the Texas summer.
No
That doesn't...
air conditioning.
and we got some big fans in there, and that's about it. So
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll say that.
yeah, no, I mean, look, you're dedicated to the workout. That's important. Now, vampires are attacking right now. What is the closest weapon that you have?
A sword.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. All right. Well, that's a good weapon to have.
That's from
It's
that's his
military
is that your
sword.
brother? Is that
Yeah.
Chris? Yeah, his brother's sword from the military. So we do have some serious weapons in here.
Yeah, no, that's a good weapon to fight, and it's imbued with like your brother's spirit, so it'll probably be even more powerful. It'll be
Yeah,
even
that's
better.
what I'm saying, right? I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Next question: have you ever eaten like a blood-based food item? I don't know, like blood sausage, I think, blood pudding. Those seem like food items.
Oh gosh, I haven't.
I mean, I get about medium rare. That's about it.
Yeah, I like
It's
the one with no red.
right.
Medium. What is it
Medium.
called? Yeah,
Medium
just
well.
medium well.
Well, given what happened in the movie, that makes sense. I would.
Why
let's
have
say-
you? Have you eaten anything? Blood.
I I feel like I must have eaten like a blood sausage at some point, but I couldn't point it to. But I feel like that's something I've probably eaten at some point during my
Yeah.
travels. Not
I've had,
something I
like,
seek out.
True. I've had like the red dyed pickles and like the gas station ones that are red in a bag, and they're like, I don't know, they're really nasty looking, but they taste pretty good.
Everything in the gas station is nasty looking, but tastes pretty good. So.
True.
When is the last time that either of you gave blood?
About 2 months ago.
You get blood. I pass out every time I get blood, so
Yeah, she didn't do blood too well.
I don't do blood too well.
I'm seeing where a lot of the like influence for this movie came out, and why you wanted to play your specific character. So the film is already out on digital on June 4th, 2024. You are both out promoting the movie, getting the word out. But after people see Insane Like Me, are there other projects that you're working on, other things that they can look forward to? We'll start with you, Britt.
Yeah, we're producing together a military drama about my brother and the things that happened that day that I mean he ended up losing his life over, but a lot of other brave guys fought that day, and like I think it's a really good story worth telling, and I think people are gonna really relate to it. So
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Yeah, no, that sounds like an important story. What battle or operation was he involved in?
I was out of Taji, Iraq. It was in 2007. They'd been there for about I want to say like 2 months, and they just got swarmed one day, and there's just like a lot of things that happened that day, and just interviewing these
Yeah, we've been
guys
interviewing the guys.
while we're doing the story work for it with our writer. It's just like, I mean, I was in the army. I've been through the training. I went to Iraq, and just some of the things that they train you to do, and just hearing these guys actually do it. It's like, it's two different things, night and day. So one of the guys had his leg blown off, and, he's talking about like putting his tourniquet on, and then he's finding a working M4, and he's trying to find bad guys with one leg. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
man, like, yeah, it's just, the heroism, I guess, would be the word to use.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that sounds insane. Like that's an amazing story, and probably a very difficult one for you to like research, but also one that you probably feel like you need to tell. Like it sounds like something that is uniquely personal to you.
yeah, it was
it's gonna be a
definitely
cool project.
yeah, it was definitely difficult to do the writing part of it. I mean, it's kind of like going to therapy, writing every day. Yeah, so yeah, but I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, no, I'm excited might be the wrong word, but I look forward to that movie coming out because I think that'll be an important one. Are you Are you playing your brother, or do you have someone else playing your brother?
I'm gonna play my brother. Yes.
Yeah. And then someone else is going to play him.
Who do you cast to play you? Like you try to make him like less attractive than you actually are, or like maybe bigger, just like a yoked person, just like, oh yeah, that's me right there.
Like a yoked person.
Yeah. Right.
We're not sure yet,
Right.
but
We're not sure. We're looking. So it's good graces here.
Yeah.
You're right in there like, Britt, stop putting up 400 pounds on the bench press. You're gonna lose your flexibility. You're getting too big.
Right.
Awesome. Well, you can look forward to that movie. That sounds like a dramatic and important movie to watch. But first, check out Insane Like Me. It's on digital on June 4th, 2024. This is Britt Bankhead and Grace Patterson. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That was Britt Bankhead and Grace Patterson talking about Insane Like Me, which is coming to digital on June 14th, 2024. It's a supernatural thriller about two things you don't always come together: vampires and mental health. If you like this interview, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me out a lot. Make sure all my new content goes straight to you. Thank you.